Smell this. The real deal. Life is too short to choke down bad ranch. Look, I get it. The ease of grabbing a jar or bottle of your favorite dressing, sauce, or spread is one less thing you have to think about. But what if I told you could slash your grocery bill, improve the quality of your condiments and your budget if you just made your condiments at home? What's that? You're short on time too? No problem. These condiments are made in minutes. Condiments that have been mass produced and bottled for who knows how long cannot compete with something fresh that you can whip up in your own kitchen. It doesn't even come close. In this video, I'll share 7 easy recipes that you can make at home so that you'll never have to buy these condiments at the store again. And don't worry about writing the recipes down. I've included the link to a free downloadable ebook that you can reference so that you don't have to come back to this video. Instead, I want you to focus on how simple and doable these recipes really are. And if this is our first time meeting, hi, I'm Cassandra from the blog becomingafarmgirl.com. I share ways to live a farm fresh life without land or livestock in a small space and in your spare time. If you're a homestead dreamer that wants to learn homesteading skills like canning and small space gardening, welcome. Now let's start eliminating 7 store-bought condiments that you'll never have to or want to buy at the store again. You likely have everything you need, but I have found that there are some tools that make preparing and storing your condiments a breeze. And if you don't, check at their stores because these items are pretty common to find there too. But if you can't find them there or need them sooner, a list is included in the description box. Having an arsenal of wide-mouth mason jars, weck jars, and swing-top bottles will ensure you have the perfect airtight container for ferment, sauces, and dressings. Glass containers are durable, easy to clean, don't retain smells, and are translucent so you can look right inside the jar and monitor things. A pour funnel, labels, and chalk markers help keep things clean, categorized, and dated. So y'all, it turns out that ketchup, a pantry staple and picnic essential, is even better made from scratch. And yes, this is a fermented recipe, but don't let that scare you. Because this recipe looks and tastes like the store-bought versions that you're used to. Smell this. See, it's not sour or smelly, so you don't even suspect it's a ferment. So if you're new or curious about fermented foods, this is the perfect recipe to start. You'll just need a few cans of organic tomato paste, a combination of cayenne, cinnamon, cloves, apple cider, and the juice from an existing ferment. I go back and forth between my kombucha and sauerkraut juice, raw honey, a pinch of salt, and filtered water. Give everything a good mix and pour into a glass jar secured with a lid. Store in a dark place and allow to sit for 2 to 4 days until slightly bubbly. Then move it to the fridge. It'll last many months if kept cold. Fermented sour cream uses 2 ingredients, whipping cream and an existing probiotic yogurt culture. Mix a 1/4 cup of the culture into every 1 cup of whipping cream in a clean glass jar. Wrap with a towel and place in a slightly above room temperature environment, such as a cooled off oven, for 12 to 24 hours. Once it's thickened and tastes sour, store it in the fridge and finish within 3 weeks. If you have a food processor or a KitchenAid, making homemade butter is incredibly simple. Pour room temperature cream into your standing mixer. Turn on low. After a few minutes, you'll notice the cream turn into soft whipped cream. A bit later, you'll hear lots of sloshing and see the butterfat separate from the liquid. When the mixture starts to stick to the whisk attachment, you have butter. And when you make butter, you also make buttermilk at the same time. Once the butter has solidified, pour off the buttermilk and save it for homemade biscuits, pancakes, or waffles. You'll also want to thoroughly rinse the butter several times in cold water to remove all the buttermilk and casein so that it doesn't go rancid as it stores. Repeat this process until the water runs clear. Straining with a cheesecloth also helps. Butter will last a few weeks in your fridge and up to 6 months in the freezer. At this point, you can add a bit of salt or herbs. I decided to keep a small batch of unsalted butter, make a savory sage and thyme herb butter, and a garlic salt butter to have on hand. If you grow herbs like I do, it's a wonderful way to get more mileage from your herbs, and herb butters make wonderful gifts. Creating a from-scratch fridge with ingredients you've mixed yourself helps define your cooking and your home. I know that anyone that happens to be at my table is getting a thoughtfully prepared, flavorful, and wholesome meal, even with the simplest of ingredients. Learning how to make my own creamy texture and a rich flavored mayo has been a kitchen game changer. Homemade mayo is just, it is gorgeous. I love making this condiment. I mean, y'all, look, this is like, it's the real deal. I made this. You can make it too. Oh, it's so good. Mayonnaise is created through the emulsion of oil and yolk that's been zested with an acid like lemon or lime juice or vinegar, and then you throw in a bit of mustard and herbs. This recipe uses an immersion blender to make the process quick, easy, and foolproof. Now, unlike store mayo, your homemade whip will be preservative and additive free, and also have a rich source of vitamins, minerals, and quality fat. I couldn't resist adding a bit of dill, pepper, and chives. Check out the recipe book or blog post for more ideas. Life is too short to choke down bad ranch. Am I right or am I right? But you know, even when I would purchase ranch from the store, it would still fall short of the taste that I would get whenever we would go out to local restaurants. There was something that I just couldn't put my finger on, and then it hit me. Those were recipes that were made in-house or from scratch. I decided to stop the madness and start making my own. That was the best decision ever. Ranch gets a bad rap, but it can be healthy if the ingredients used to make it are also healthy. It's a good thing you already know how to make the base ingredients: mayo, buttermilk, and sour cream. Whisk in dill, parsley, chives, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper in a bowl. Squeeze in a bit of lemon juice and pour into a jar to store in the fridge until it's ready to use. Worcestershire sauce is a condiment that I love to use in marinades or in soups or casseroles that need a little bit of a oomph. Now, it does take a few more pantry staples to whip up, but I still think it's worth it because it uses significantly less salt and the savory factor goes way up. This recipe does a really good job replicating the original Leah & Perrins brand that most of us are used to. Now, Worcestershire is traditionally a fermented fish-based sauce, but this recipe combines a handful of ingredients to truly give you robust flavor. Worcestershire gets its unique flavor from a combination of vinegar, molasses, fish sauce, garlic, tamarind extract, chili pepper extract, sugar, salt, and a few other spices. If you're looking to control your salt or the savory factor of the sauce, homemade is the way to go. It's hard to believe that a couple years ago I was tossing onions in the compost pile because I just couldn't get to them fast enough. And who wants to do that? Because onions add incredible flavor to everything. Y'all, I don't have that problem anymore because when I'm not canning them in an onion jam, I am pickling my onions. Pickled onions retain their crunchiness, they can take on a variety of flavors, and they're sliced and ready to go. Tangy and crunchy pickled onions are the best way to add a pop of flavor to a salad, sandwich, or any dish. You can use them raw or cooked. To make pickled red onions, you'll need 6 basic ingredients: red onions, herbs, garlic, peppercorns, and a brine of white vinegar and cane sugar. They'll keep for weeks in the fridge and lend their vinegary, deep dimension of flavor to almost any dish. This delicious balsamic vinaigrette is everything that you want in and out of your salad dressing. The best tasting balsamic strike a balance of tang, sweetness, vinegar, and oil. Don't rely on market-made brands to give you quality dressings. Purchase individual ingredients yourself so you know you're getting the best. Now, don't forget to click the link to get your free condiment recipe book. I'll be adding more condiment recipes to this ebook, so it will definitely be a handy kitchen tool. I'll see you in my kitchen or garden soon. Take care.